Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence. And well, as you should be able to gather from the title of the video, I'm going to be playing the tutorial. I'm telling you that right off the bat. If you're not interested in seeing the tutorial, then you're not interested in seeing this video. And come back in a few videos' time when I start the game proper. But for now, it is just a tutorial. Did the same thing last time. Called out the fact that it was going to be a long video about character creation. Still, only to date, only had one person pop up to be like, "Oh, it was long. I'm not sure why I watched that." Well, I'm telling you right now, folks, this is a tutorial. So, yeah, I actually went through the tutorial, and you know what? I can talk over the intro movie because not only did my previous video show the intro movie in pristine silence, there's also sure dozens of YouTube videos where somebody captured this intro for you to watch. No, I'm just going to skip right through it, as a matter of fact. Wow. They really are big into the grandiose music in the historic simulation series. Oh, and I meant to see the intro video just to point out, like, that weird symbol of, like, all the turning globes and stuff that Nobunaga looks at the end of the tutorial. It's like that scene out of The Watchmen, the film. May or may not be in the graphic novel too, but it's like Nobunaga uses his incredible supernatural powers to teleport to this planet and show the girlfriend he had before he was hit with cosmic rays and became. Anyway. What's his name? Mr. Manhattan? Yeah. Way off track already. But no, okay, so in this video I'm going to show you guys a tutorial. Did the tutorial off screen already, but I thought I would actually record it, you know, to help people follow along during the game itself once it gets going. Also gives me a chance to record something before having to wait for the results of the lethal lottery. Now, last week, I believe it was on Friday, I put up the video with instructions on how to submit a character. There's a small number of people who are already guaranteed to get in, people who I've done LPs with and worked with online before. And most of them have already submitted. There's a couple of people I was expecting to submit, like longtime subscribers of mine who haven't submitted yet. So I had not really decided for sure what the cutoff date was going to be. But as of now, the plan is that at midnight on this coming Friday, which purely coincidentally is September 11th. This is not not planned, like for to commemorate the dead of September 11th. Nobunaga's Ambition LP. No, nothing like that. It's just the date that happened to fall on. The plan is that on midnight, I was going to not necessarily right that minute, like watching a clock and at 12:01, I was going to start making the created characters, but that's the time when I'm going to cut it off, and any submissions received after that time will not be used. Matter of fact, I might just disable comments for my video at that point, but I don't know if that means the old comments get removed. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works actually, but anyway, yeah. But I haven't decided for sure. I was thinking I might extend it, but let's put it this way. If you want to have a character in this LP, the smart thing to do would be to get your submission in now. Because while I might extend it, possibly, that's not guaranteed. But I will not cut it off anytime earlier than Friday, 11th of September, 2015. Midnight Eastern Time. That's the plan. And in the meantime, what I can do before that date comes is show the tutorial. I can't remember exactly how long it was, but I'm pretty sure it took me more than an hour when I played through it off screen. So we'll go ahead and see if I can do it all in one video. I might split it and make it multiple videos. You should know, because if it's roughly a 30-minute video and it says tutorial part 1, then you'll know, and I don't at this point. So 1551, April, tutorial. Enjoy the light-hearted exchanges between Hideyoshi Kinoshita, Masahide Hirate, and Hanbei Takanaka, while learning the basics of the game in this tutorial scenario. Actually, here's something I didn't show you guys that I found really interesting. Not that interesting, but this is the default UI size. I don't know what UI actually stands for, but this is the default. Noticing anything here? Yeah, it's tiny. How am I supposed to read that? So it's actually a little hard. I'm playing on my big screen TV, and I'm, kind of sitting on one wall of the room, against one wall of the room, and got the television on the other wall, and it's still hard to see, even sometimes with the big size. Not that hard. But anyway, yeah. So it's a light-hearted tutorial. I still like my favorite was the RTK11 tutorials, where Liu Base is kind of this goofball, and like the various officers in his force are like, why the hell are we serving you? This one says it's lighthearted. We'll see. We'll also read about that guy, but only if you can read it really fast, so you read the whole thing. Nagoya Castle in the land of Owari. And yes, I am probably mispronouncing at least some of these names. A few days had passed since the sudden death of the head of the Oda clan, Nobuhide Oda, and his son Nobunaga's ascension. And this, by the way, Hideyoshi Kinoshita, is the same guy who will eventually have the name Hideyoshi Toyotomi. And in the Samurai Warriors games, he has an incredibly irritating voice. And I think of him that way now, so he's going to have an irritating voice. Masahide Hirate. Eh?
Increasing troop count would be wise, yet ensuring our safety with an alliance would be a just course as well.
Say, Kinoshita.
They still don't trust us enough. In that case, building facilities to develop our towns would be... Wait, or perhaps we could...
Hey, Kinoshita!
Ah! Oh, why, it's Sararate.
Yes, I am going to voice act this, so, just deal with it.
So you finally noticed me. You looked awfully serious, an expression I rarely see on you, Aunt Emma. What's troubling you so much?
Well, about that, the young master suddenly came out and said he wants to see a monkey handling the reins of the Oda. And before I knew it, I ended up taking his place as leader.
What? Pulling such nonsense right after becoming this clan's master? Just what is the young master even? To make a subordinate do his job. He lacks the sense of responsibility we need him to have as a leader. Kinoshita, hand me your sword.
Sir Harate, what are you doing?
This is all my fault. I shall cut my stomach and apologize to Lord Nobuhide in the other world.
Oh, you mean like the next dimension, like on Dragon Ball Z?
Calm down, Sir Harate. Oh, JD has a drink. This is just another one of the young master's impulses.
Get off of me, Kinoshita. This is all my responsibility.
Sir, that's not at all what's... Oh, come to think of it, a few days ago, the young master did say, I really have to thank Gramps.
The young master said that? Truly?
But of course he assuredly did. And I'm sure that he must have had his reasons for this switch, too. So I will meet his expectations, yet frankly have no idea where to start from.
Indeed. Domestic rule, relations with other clans, battle, there's a virtual mountain of things to consider.
Exactly, it's overwhelming. Sir Harate, would you share your wisdom and teach this mere monkey what it means to be the leader of a clan?
Well, I've never been the leader of a clan, but why not? Very well, I, Masahide Hirate, will teach you all that is needed.
Now, to get right to the point, do you know what is needed to conquer and unify the nation, Kinoshita?
To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear that... No, wait. That would be bringing wealth to our land, eliminating other clans, and expanding our territory, I believe.
Indeed. It looks like you have a grip on the basics, then. That being said, what were you contemplating earlier?
Well, I want to gather more soldiers and fight, but I also want to develop our land to make it thrive. There's just so much to do that, frankly, I'm not sure where to start.
I see, I see. In that case, perhaps I should start by teaching you the road to conquest. First, let's consider your core mindset.
Oh, I'd love to know.
Your mindset is that of a monkey. You fling poop. To put it bluntly, the thing you must always consider is making the best use of your coin and people.
Ah, coin and people, you say?
Neither coin nor people are unlimited. Especially not when it comes to a small clan like our Oda as it is now. You've got to use your limited resources wisely. There are many choices, development, battle, and so on. But the most important thing is realizing what you need to prioritize in the moment and moving on from there.
True. If I try to do everything at once, I won't have enough gold or retainers to do it all.
Exactly. Now let's talk about the first step on the road to conquest, development.
Let us begin the meeting.
Oh, well, apparently I'm talking rather similar to the way I'm supposed to be talking. Time to begin this month's council. You can give all sorts of orders to your towns and retainers during councils. First, I'll explain the civil command.
It's not the civil command, it's the war between the states command.
There are 3 commands under this one: develop, policy, and trade. What you want to prioritize is the develop command.
Why is that, sir?
When you develop your land, you can promote agriculture and commerce to increase your rice and gold income. Not only that, you can increase the number of barracks in your towns for your conscripts, soldiers you need for battle.
Ah, I see. So essentially it's development that creates the 3 essential ingredients for our clan. Provisions, gold, and soldiers.
Right. Now, Kiyoshita, when you gain more castles and fortresses, you'll come across situations in which you cannot develop multiple towns at once. Do you know why that is?
Ah, because you need gold and labor to do development work, right? Labor is especially difficult to get since we need a lot of it for construction.
Exactly. When you use up all of your labor on construction projects, development of your towns freezes.
So to keep that from happening, it's important to always be developing our towns.
If you develop your town's agriculture and commerce, their populations will increase, and more people means more labor. On top of that, a certain fraction of your population will work as militia for you. So of course, increasing your population will increase your troop count as well.
I see. So to gain labor and soldiers, one must prioritize development.
Yeah, as far as I can make out from a little bit of off-screening, you spend gold to increase crops and crafts. You're not really building, like, farms or markets anymore. It's just a sort of generic development. And the higher those two are, the more quickly your population increases. Whereas increasing your conscript score, well, that increases the number of soldiers you get each turn, but raising that doesn't make your overall population go up. It starts taking your overall population and converting it into soldiers. So you actually have to be at least a bit careful with that, I think.
Exactly, you're a fast learner, Kiyoshita. One worth teaching.
Oh, not at all, not at all.
I agree.
If only the young master had that level of obedience. So why did he turn out that way? It must be due to my failure as a caretaker. I must take responsibility. Kiyoshita, give me that sword.
Sarate, the young master has listened to all you've taught him. That's why he wants to thank you.
Truly?
It's so zany the way that this old man keeps wanting to kill himself.
Truly. Now let's continue the lesson.
Enjoy the lighthearted exchanges about Masahide Harate's impending death.
Well then, go ahead and choose develop from the civil command. Increase Nagoya Castle's crop yield and get a feel for the basics of development.
Phew. I've managed to put off his death by another day.
Okay, folks. So you've got your commands here. The only one that I'm allowed to pick now. I mean, I can go over to... No, wait. I didn't actually need to do that. It's not actually letting me. I wanted to see if I could go over to the strategist commands, but I can't. So we'll go with civil. develop. Using 2 labors and spending some gold, you can develop this place here. The only one that we're allowed to actually develop is crops. Try ending the council. Okay. Sure.
Most of the orders you give during council will be carried out during the active phase.
Our retainers and our people are hard at work under those orders I gave.
Time passes during the active phase, but if you press the War Council button or triangle... Hey, I don't really feel like Kinoshita gave the orders here. Masahide is pretty much telling us what to do. Time will pause, and you can enter into a War Council. So basically you get 1 domestic council per season, but you can interrupt things and input military commands at any time.
So I can take a nice slow look at how my towns and the other clans are doing.
Indeed. Also, if you press L1, this button will show up on the side. Then you can use left and right to adjust how fast or slow time goes in 3 stages. You can have things go at the speed you like.
Ooh. Mr. Bogas.
Now go ahead and govern as you see fit until next month's council. We'll continue from there. You can watch the development of Nagoya's town with loving eyes, or you can speed time away. Now off with you. And the speed is defaulting to the highest one. You can slow it down. I don't think it's defaulted to that. I think that's what I had it set at the last time I was playing. So.
Your orders. Here's last month's balance.
So we spent 100 gold on development. We got 542 gold, 222 from our base, and 320 from mines and ports. But essentially, yeah, you're spending money to make money. You're spending gold to increase the gold output per turn when you develop commerce or you develop agriculture. You're, obviously spending gold and increasing the food output.
Reporting in.
There are no reports. The Castle Lord gained experience in all areas.
Now this is a report you can't let pass by.
Right, if I don't keep an eye on my gold income and expenses, I'll be in the red before I know it. Gotta check those revenue reports.
Exactly. The action reports that come after them are essential too. Here's examples of a bunch of shit that didn't actually happen. The action reports let you know of all sorts of things, from rice harvest to diplomatic updates. Knowing which of your retainers finished what job and what in your land has changed is your role as leader. So, yeah, I got guys attacking guys, and now if one of our units is fighting somewhere, that'll show up in the war report before the revenue report. Keep a close eye on those.
Now then, Kinoshita, what do you think you should do after developing your land?
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hit limit after development. If our population's increased.
If our population's increased? Oh, that you don't need an apostrophe there. Boo.
If our population's increased, bringing more troops into our army with it, then battle at long last?
A little hasty, aren't we?
Truth be told, there's something we need. I think that was an improper use
of apostrophe.
Truth be told, there's something we need to do before calling to arms to ensure our victory in combat.
No, I already did a call to arms video. Don't tell me I shouldn't have done it yet.
Every other daimyo is doing the same development we are.
If our populations and armies increase, so will other clans.
That's the correct use of apostrophe. If I could only go back, it might be that apostrophe is correct. Oh, well. Nope. Nothing belongs to the population in that sense.
When I think about it, you're right. In that case, the next priority is diplomacy.
Exactly, diplomacy. We must give all of our money to Sun Quan. I can just remember it now, how I would speak to Lord Nobuhide of diplomacy when he was still with us. Oh, you're gonna try to kill yourself again? Yeah, compared to him, the young master simply won't listen to a thing I say. This is all my responsibility, all the fault of my unworthiness.
Uh-oh.
Kinoshita, give me that sword. No measure of regret is enough for this. Just how can I apologize to Lord Nobuhide?
Please calm down, sir. The young master only appears not to listen, but I assure you he hangs on to every word.
Silence, Kinoshita. Don't try to stop me.
Just finish teaching me everything that I need to know, and then you can kill yourself. Please just listen. A few days ago, while you were out, he was giving your views serious consideration.
Like I'd believe that.
I heard it myself, sir. Gramps sure is annoying, but he knows his stuff when it comes to diplomacy, is how he put it.
He did? He spoke of me like that when I wasn't around? He called me annoying?
Give me that sword.
That he did, sir. Now let us return to the topic of diplomacy.
Indeed. At times, one must ask for reinforcements. Indeed.
He's Shofunaki. You know, who was also a great daimyo.
At times, one must ask for reinforcements from other daimyo. At other times, one must ask others to mediate a truce with a fierce foe. In an age of war such as ours, depending solely on one's own soldiers is not enough to survive. However, neighboring daimyo won't simply lend you their troops at the drop of a hat, not without trust.
Trust. You gotta get some trust.
To gain that trust, you'll need to make use of diplomacy. Hubba hubba hubba, money money money, who do you trust? If you make a point of always building trust with other daimyo, it will surely help you in your time of need. Now, when you are attempting to gain trust, you want to pay special attention to a clan's diplomatic stance. When you're using diplomacy, you can check a clan's trust and diplomatic stance, so keep an eye out.
So the number is their trust, and the normal message is their diplomatic stance, then.
See, its hand's shaking, but for a minute it looked like it was a fist bump, that symbol next to the 20.
Diplomatic stance expresses how the other clan feels about ours in a single word. Diplomatic stances in blue letters are easy to gain trust with, while those in red letters are difficult.
Oh, I see. So if I pay attention to the other clan's stances towards mine as I develop my land, and quickly gain trust through diplomacy, then attack my foes with reinforcements at my back, victory is assured.
In essence, it's also a good idea to form alliances with the trust you've obtained. Now go ahead and select diplomacy from the list of foreign commands and get to working on the Saito clan. After all, we gotta get a hot wife for Nobunaga. And remember, the higher the intelligence of the officer performing diplomacy, the more trust you'll gain.
Are we ever going to need to go into like a debate that involves like rising and sinking columns of earth in order to secure lines? That's going, huh?
Check and see how much time I've been recording this. It might be time to call it a video. A couple more minutes here. So we will negotiate with the Saito. They want to stay friendly. They're just trying to be friendly. Come watch them sing and play. Hey, the young generation. It's going to take 10 months. I don't understand. Planned completion 10 months later. They're saying that it'll take 10 months at 13 increased trust a pop to get trust up to 100, because that doesn't work. Or are they saying it's going to take 10 months to get trust up to 13?
I'll begin working with the Saito clan. I've got to do this right.
And now I'm supposed to end the council.
Your orders. Here's last month's balance. Reporting in.
Okay, so that... Yeah, I've used diplomacy a bit off screen. It does sort of chew up that officer's time for quite a while.
Now you should have a good grasp of the basics. So we've gone over city and diplomacy work. You should know about what comes next.
But of course, we've used development to gain more rice and people and boost our soldiers. Diplomacy can gain the trust of another clan. All for the purpose of triumphing in combat, meaning we'll get to fighting next.
That we will.
Let's settle down first. There's still a mountain of things I want to teach you. For this month, govern as you see fit. I've arranged so you can develop crops, crafts, and conscripts as you wish.
Aye.
It's a good opportunity to do so, so get us more soldiers in Nagoya Castle to prepare for battle. You know how to, right?
That I do. Choose development conscripts, right?
Right. When you've got enough soldiers together, I'll tell you about combat.
Gathering soldiers for combat. Why, I feel just like a daimyo.
The day you truly become one may come yet, Kinoshita.
Oh god, I hope not.
No way, he's common. He's a commoner. He can't be a daimyo, right? However, there is one useful technique I'd like to show you.
Oh, please do.
It's called Feng Shui. It will slightly decrease the gold cost of developing a new technology, which doesn't mean shit. Pressing square brings up this menu. There's 4 buttons inside. From left, you have Strategic Info, Foreign Info, Map Info, and Province Info.
So what are they used for?
They allow you to toggle through the information shown on the screen. By toggling each set of information on and off individually, you can see the information you want when you want to.
Oh, now that really is quite handy. You can turn everything off and enjoy the scenery, or turn everything on and be bathed in information.
Well, it's like you're getting bathed, monkey. Though it's disabled in this mode, by enabling country borders in the options menu, you can see those borders by turning on map info. It's up to you to try and decide which buttons to use and what information you want to see.
Understood.
But I've got to say, just where's the young master? If only his location would show up on the screen too. Oh, it's a time for another wacky aside about you trying to murder yourself.
Oh, here he goes again. Oh, I nearly forgot. There's another thing I'd like to ask.
What? I have to discuss murdering myself. I mean, what?
About the diplomacy I did a while ago. Does that end at the end of the month, like development costs? It seems like it'll take quite some time to gain enough trust to form an alliance, and, well, it seems kind of like a pain.
At ease. Your officer will keep on the other clan until their trust reaches 100. However, you have to pay the upkeep cost every month. If you want to stop, select the Saito clan of diplomacy and remove the working officer. Now to show the young master the error of his ways. It's time I...
Ah, I think I see him over there.
What? Where? Gah, Kinoshita, what are you doing with my sword?
Stop riding it around like a broom. I just need to get more soldiers in Nagoya Castle, right? I'll be getting to that.
Hey, Kinoshita, give me back my sword. How could I kill myself without... Oh, hey, a cliff. He jumps off the cliff. It's hilarious. So, we're allowed to do whatever we want. I don't remember what all they show you in, maybe they don't actually walk you through, some of the commands down here. This has to do with, like, you know, moving officers from one location to another. There's some diplomacy stuff. Oh, you know what? I think they do that later. But anyway, we only have one town to develop. Pretty obvious what they want us to do is increase conscripting. So we will do that. And then you can go in there and change it. If you had more than one city, you could have different cities working on different things. I do not have the option of spending more gold and developing all 3 things at once. These are blacked out, but this would be shop where you buy items, and this is for setting domestic policies, which they talk about before this is all over, I think. Okay, so the Saito's clan trust is going up.
Here's last month's balance.
So the diplomacy expense is pretty significant when you've got a small force like this. That'll just, you know...
Reporting in.
It is, after all, this game's equivalent of giving all of our money to Sun Quan. So is the development of Nagoya Castle going well?
Yes, I've mostly grown accustomed to development, though there's still something that worries me.
Well, out with it. What is it that worries Kinoshita? You'll have to tune in next time to find out. I'm Serious JG. Thanks for watching. Next time, we'll have approximately 30 more minutes worth of tutorial. Bye for now.